People, people, how are you doing? How are we doing with time? Okay. So, um, how are you all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I have a quick announcement about um the program, the challenge you'll be doing. But I would wait to see. Okay, I have one person on here. Who do we have here? We don't usually get to see your name, but if you drop a comment, we know who we have. Oh, did I turn on this speaker? Can you hear me? Hello, people. Let me see if I turn on the microphone. Yeah, this is supposed to be green. Hmm. Hello, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, okay? This is supposed to be green, not this color. Something is wrong. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, King Cheerful. Happy Sunday. Can you hear me? Yeah, great. Okay. Thank you, MC Ability Joel. I noticed that you followed us recently. You're welcome. And welcome to all our new followers. Welcome to all the members of the family who have just joined us in recent times. Uh, we do appreciate you choosing to be here, choosing to be what we do. You're welcome. Um, Joe, you should be able to highlight the comments, right? Just go ahead and do that. I have one of my assistants here. Joe, you're welcome. I'm gonna drop you from the. Let me see if I can do that right here. No. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and highlight the comments while I speak. So people, you're welcome. I'm glad you can hear me, but usually this thing turns green. I don't know why it's like this. Anyway, I hope it is working. You know what? I'm going to see. Okay, so today we have a few announcements, but very importantly, something to share. Something every week we bring up either an interview of an ex-seminarian or we share something with you all because these are important, right? Okay, so I'm going to just open the screen and share this. I will read it first, and then um, after reading it, I'll go ahead to talk about it. So before we waste time, let me just get into it. Thank you, Paulinus Onwumere. Thank you, King Cheerful, MC Ability. Happy Sunday, Gideon Markwachi. Markwachi. Markwachi, that's like hog laughter. Is that what your name means? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so um, if you want us to know that you're here, please drop a comment, say hi, hello, drop us a comment, or share the video. Please share it for your friends who are not here to join us. Hey, Himak Gideon, you're welcome. You're welcome. Once again, welcome to all our new followers. Okay, Chilinda, you're welcome. So I'm going to be reading this, and then after reading it, I'll tell you about it and we can share more about it. Then we make announcement about our upcoming challenge. All right, okay, let's do this. Regrets of the dying, and this was written by a palliative care chaplain, and I'll explain what that means. Actually, I think I should explain it now. Palliative care, comfort care has to do with a point in the care of a patient where it is clear that the patient is not coming back. There's no recovery. It's going to be death. Death is imminent. But maybe there's some time that they have. Maybe they are not going to die like the next hour, the next minute. Maybe they have months. Maybe they have maybe up to a year or a couple months. And because of that, the hospital system puts them in this thing called palliative care, comfort care. What it means is they are emphasizing the goal of the care of the patient is no more healing and recovery because maybe the organs are damaged, um, but the goal of the care now it becomes the comfort of the patient, the holistic, existential concerns that may come up for a patient who is moving towards death. So because of that, patient is usually sent home, to be in the comfort of family, to be around family in the same environment, and then to walk towards death gradually. And in that situation is called hospice. Like instead of being in the hospital, you are in your home, or you are in a senior living facility or in a hospice facility where you are being taken care of. Special care, pain induced relaxation. Like no pain induced, or like the goal is to make sure that you don't have pain. So you have a lot of pain relief. Some of them receive morphine, which is that thing that they use to prepare the dead body. Um, so this chaplain is not chaplain of Mary League or chaplain of Water Boys or chaplain of CWO. No, that's not what it means. So a chaplain in this context in the hospital in the US here, and I think also in Canada and some other countries, a hospital chaplain is one who um, cares for the existential, ritual, religious, spiritual, and emotional needs of patients, family, and staff. So it's a very broad definition, but usually people think about it in terms of just spiritual or religious. So there are those that go to pray for people who are sick. That's included, but that's so not all that chaplains do. Chaplains help people to process emotions, and you'll be wondering then why are they not therapists and counselors? Therapists have a lot of um, a lot of in-depth or clinical training around the terms and all of that. But the chaplain has it's a very broad field because the chaplain has roles around both emotions, roles around social needs. Again, you're asking why are they not social worker? I mean, think about the chaplain like a clinically trained religious professional. Okay, clinically trained religious professional. That clinical training includes that they can help people who do not have a religious background, who people who here in the US they call nuns, like spiritual but not religious, so or non-religious. So there are people who maybe don't even believe in God or don't even believe in anything. So those people still have a need, an existential need. There's pain in their body, there are emotions they are feeling. Now the chaplain can come in. So this lady, Brownie Ware, I don't know if she's still alive. I would say is a palliative care chaplain. That means her role was to work with people who have come to a point in their life that the doctors have determined that in their sickness they cannot be cured. So the only thing to do is to take them through a process of dying that is painless. And that means they are on hospice, maybe at home or in a hospice facility, and they are being taken care of. Especially, they have a hospice nurse, they have a hospice, so many other people that take care of them in a way that is just um, geared towards making sure they have no pain. They now eventually die with, you know, die without pain. And then in that way, those people are a very different kind of people because they are able to process death and maybe come to a point of acceptance of death. They are unlike most of us who um okay, I will not say most of us. They are unlike most other people who die by maybe accident, by and like just something happens and death comes, like sudden death. They are not like those people. So they have a different uh response to death and dying because they have a lot of time to process it, knowing that it will happen. I mean, all of us know that death will happen, but it seems that we have this kind of denial or resistance towards death. So those are special people. I hope you understand why this context is important. That they are not just people who, like every other person, has an emergency situation and dies, or has a cancer and dies. There are people who they are in their sickness. It has been determined that they cannot be cured, but they need special care. Maybe care that involves having no pain, reducing their pains, minimizing their pains, and allowing them to die gradually. If you have better insight on how to explain palliative care and comfort care, leave it in the comments, okay? All right, so this chaplain has worked with these people, and in her work, not work, in her work, she has she had many years working with all these people, this kind of people, and then she made like a research and came to the conclusion that there are five top regrets of the dying. Five top regrets of the dying. Somebody is calling. Wow. I actually told people you can call. Let me see if they're who they are, okay? Hello? Happy Sunday. Who is this? And where are you calling from? Oh, okay, okay. Um, okay, okay. Do you want to drop them in the chat or ask me now? Because I wanted to go through this teaching and then we can come back to take calls. All right. Okay. I'm still here. Actually, I'll drop my phone number. Joe, drop my phone number, my WhatsApp phone number on the comments so that people can call, but not now. Don't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't. Yeah. We'll come back to that. Thank you. Yes. Um. So I'll read this. Do I even need to read this? I've read it. Let me just share it with you. If you want to read this, I'll drop the link in the comment, and there's a book on it. So she started by doing a blog, where she was sharing her stories, and this is the blog. Eventually, the blog gave birth to a book. So when she started the blog, she just called it "Regrets of the Dying." But by the time she continued to write on the blog and develop it, she came up with five top regrets of the dying. And that blog is what I was about to read. But I mean, it's not long. You can read it. Should I read it? It's short. Maybe I will read it and then we'll talk about it. But I would also drop the link to the blog here, and you can get the book online. I think you can get a free PDF of the book so that people can. Uh, so this is the link to the blog. You can get it online. You can also get the book or the free PDF of the book, so that you can get to learn more about it or read more about it. For now, let me just read through. Okay, for many years, this is Bronnie Ware speaking. For many years, I worked in palliative care. My patients were those who had gone home to die. Get the context now, right? Some incredibly special times were shared. I was with them for the last 3 to 12 weeks of their lives. People grow a lot when they are faced with their own mortality. I learned never to underestimate someone's capacity for growth. Some changes were phenomenal. Each experienced a variety of emotions as expected: denial, fear, anger, remorse, more denial, and eventually acceptance. Every single patient found their peace before they departed, though. Every one of them. When questions about any regrets they had or anything they would do differently, common themes surfaced again and again. Here are the most common five. The first one: I wish I had had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. This was the most common regret of all. When people realize that their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it is easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people had not honored even a half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they have made or not made. It is very important to try to honor at least some of your dreams along the way. From the moment that you lose your breath, your health, it is too late. It is very important to try to honor at least some of your dreams along the way. From the moment that you lose your health, it is too late. Health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. Number two, I wish I had not worked so hard. This came from every male patient that I nursed. Now, notice that this is more of like a very general statement at the risk of finding one male patient that it was not so. But for her to make that bold, general statement speaks to how maybe real it was or how concrete her facts are. Again, remember that she worked in this field for many years before she wrote this. So let's go ahead and continue. She said that the second regret is, I wish I had not worked so hard. This came from every male patient that I nursed. They missed their children's youth and their partner's companionship. Women also spoke of this regret, but as most were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been breadwinners. All of the men I nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on the treadmill of a work existence. Look at that imagery: treadmill of a work existence. Like every day you are jogging, like you're running to work, running to this complete this task, complete that task. And I'm going to talk about these things later in our context as Nigerians. So let me just read through. We have two, three more. The third regret of the dying is, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others. As a result, they settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Many developed illness relating to the bitterness and resentment they carried as a result. We cannot control the reactions of others. However, people may initially react. Although people may initially react when you change the way you are by speaking honestly. In the end, it raises the relationship to a whole new and healthier level. Either that or it releases the unhealthy relationship from your life. Either way, you win. Think about that. I wish, number four, I had stayed in touch with my friends. Often, they would not truly realize the full benefits of old friends until their dying weeks, and it was not always possible to track them down. Many had become so caught up in their own lives that they had let golden friendships slid by over the years. There were many deep regrets about not giving friendships the time and effort that they deserved. Everyone misses their friends when they are dying. It is common for anyone in a busy lifestyle to let friendships slip. But when you are faced with your own approaching death, the physical details of life fall away. People do want to get their financial affairs in order if possible, but it is not money or status that holds the true importance for them. They want to get things in order more for the benefit of those they love. Usually, though, they are too ill and weary to ever manage this task. It all comes down to love and relationships in the end. That it's all that remains in the final weeks: love and relationship. And number five, this is surprisingly common one. I wish that I had let myself be happier. This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so-called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions as well as their physical lives. Fear of change had them pretending to others and to themselves that they were content, when deep within they long to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again. When you are on your deathbed, what others think of you is a long way from your mind. Oh, let's read that again. When you are on your deathbed, what others think of you is a long way from your mind. How wonderful to be able to let go and smile again, long before you are dying. How wonderful to be able to let go and smile again, long before you are dying. This is this is just amazing. Um, I'm just gonna ask, how did you receive this? How did you receive this? How did you receive this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? So I will speak about this in our context, like Nigerians, and I mean it's also general. There's a lot that is common across board. When I was in Nigeria, while I was growing up, of Boko in it was the south of Enugu State, Nigeria. I play football. I play soccer very well, but now I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm so ashamed of myself. If you see my tummy now, by the way, I want to say I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to all those people who had pot belly. And in my mind, I didn't tell them, but in my mind, I was like, this one is not discipline. Ordinary to go and jog and exercise. So I'm sorry to all the people I knew or I know that have pot belly. It's called dad bod here. I mean, dad bod generally it's English. So I'm sorry. These people should forgive me. Because I'm looking at myself on the mirror now and I'm not understanding. No understanding. Oh, I'm not understanding. Is it me? Is this is I'm even doing breathing now. Anyway. Oh man, this is so shameful. This is so shameful. Bola with belly. Ah God. Okay, let's go back to the serious thing we're talking about. So um while I was in my town growing up, um I see your comment, so I just wanted to focus on speaking about this and then I'll come back to your comment, okay? The camera is here. I see your comments. I'm going to come back to it, okay? So, um, there was this guy that plays football very well, soccer as we call it in Nigeria. So in Ovoko, we play Ovoko League every year, every December. We play Ovoko League. I was in a junior seminary, secondary school kind of seminary, and I will come back and I'll be like the shining star for Olonya. I played for Olonya. I mean that's when I grew up enough to play. I was not playing the whole time. So there's this guy from Overkeg or Overcag, I don't know. His name is Papilo. Um, At one time we heard that Papilo died. Papilo is a very good footballer, an excellent, fantastic footballer. You know, these people from the villages that I don't know how they play. Like it's like they were born footballers. Hello, people. So we heard that Papilo died, and we went for the wake keep. We went for somebody, one of us who is part of like our group of footballers was sharing with us that he was with Papilo when Papilo died, and he was sharing that Papilo was just crying before he died. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. A young boy. He was in secondary school. He died. That imagery has remained with me. He's not the only person I've seen that died. I work in a hospital where people die every day. So, um, but just knowing a friend, a deeply close friend, and knowing how he died has continued to remain that imagery. I don't want to die. So maybe the reason why people, when you talk about death, they say, no, 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 death is not a portion, death is not your portion. It's denial, my dear. Like reality is real. Let me just be tautologos for once. Reality is real. Are you going to live forever? And you keep saying it is until we blow, until we until we do this, until we do that. Like that is fine. We hope and wish for that. But really, do you know? So um because we don't know when we are going to die, because there's no guarantee of anything, the best we can do for ourselves is to not be in this regret, like not find ourselves in any of the 5 top regrets of the dying. What can you do now? What can you do? I'm not a negative person. I love life. Shebina me at the sample Benz, Tesla, or Lexus. Are the reason I'm are the reason those things. I like good things. We love life, love life. But the thing is, why you love life, why you live life, actually live it to the best of your ability. So let me talk about the 5 top regrets of the dying. First is, I wish I had lived a life true to myself and not the life that others expected me to live. I live, like, think about it. How are you living your life now? What are the choices you're making and the choices you're not making? What are the things you're saying and the things you're not saying? What are the things you're pursuing and the things you're not pursuing? And why are you not pursuing them? Are you living a life that is true to yourself? Or are you living a life that others expect you to live? Are you pursuing something that is true to you? Or are you pursuing something that others expect you to pursue? When death is near, all those worry about what people think of you will be far gone, far away from your mind. And death will be, in fact, you and I will be lucky if we get to a point where we know that death is coming. If we get to a point where we really know that, oh, I'm dying in 3 months, the transformation that will happen in your life, the 360 change that you will do, you will be shocked. Why not do it now? Why not do it now? If you were told that you would die in 6 months, that first of all, it starts with denial, starts with resentment, anger, and all that. But eventually, if you have a good therapist, a good chaplain working with you, you can get to a point of acceptance. Then you begin to make plans. So, how do I handle my finances? How do I take care of those I love? But that takes time. So, assuming you have that opportunity, assuming you are told now that you have only 6 months, only 1 year, How are you going to live your life differently? Are you still going to be trying to please people, to choose a life that is only after what people think of you? So that first regret is powerful, and honestly, that first one covers the other four. The other four are like subsets, because if you live a life that is true to yourself and not after what others expect you to do or how others expect you to live, then you are going to be able to express your emotions. Then you are going to be able to focus on enjoying quality time with family. Then you're going to be able to um, prioritize spending time with or keeping in touch with friends. Then you're going to be happier. So that number one covers the rest, but we're still going to go through the rest. What is it that you feel you have a dream for? What is your dream? What are your dreams? Do yourself the honor of pursuing your dream in this life. Pursue your dream in this life. Don't just be like walking about. I know there are challenges. I know there's a lot of things pushing you around. Nigeria is a trouble itself. But to the extent that you can, please do yourself that honor. Like, do it for you. Pursue your dreams. Live to the fullest for you. Don't live according to what others expect of you. Because when death comes, that will be your number one regret. If there are things you desire, you have a dream, you have a passion, go for it now. Don't wait until you blow. Don't wait until you get married. Don't wait until you have a house. Don't wait. All those things are destination addictions. And we've talked about this in one of our live sessions. You are just addicted to a destination. You are hoping that once you get married, you'll be happy. Once you have a child, you'll be happy. Once you build that house, you'll be happy. Once you buy Benz, you'll be happy. You will get there and you'll be like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Is this what it is? So that's number one. Number two is I wish I didn't work so hard. And some people will be like, no, no, no. Which one be I didn't work so hard? So I should not work. No, no, that's not the point. Remember, he said that most of the people who had that experience were men. Now, work is good. Work is the way we sustain our lives. Work, sorry, not work. Work. This is my Igbo accent. Igbotic son of big God. So work is the way that we sustain our lives. We have to work. However, there have been, especially in places like the US, in the Western world, where time is money. People work. And as they are hitting work like that, they are losing time with family. They are not connected with their loved ones. And this is from even my own experience. One time I was talking with somebody and he told me, please, when I die, please share my story. Tell people to spend time with their family, to spend time with their loved ones. And the other one he said was, he's married. I'll not say that one. But yeah, spend time with the people you love. Don't allow work to take you away from love. Have a balance. That's what they call work-life balance. Have a balance. Have time, quality time with your family. You're pursuing money to pay their school fees, but they don't know you. They don't know what makes you laugh. They have not seen you smile. They have not seen you laugh. They don't know what it means to play with you. They don't know what it means to have like a quality time with you. They don't. Your children don't know that. The people you're working hard for don't know that. Spend time with them, because when you die, it's the times you spent with them that will remain. The memory of all that will remain. Somebody else will step in, pay their school fees. Somebody else will step in, feed them. Somebody else will step in, shelter them, because actually you are not their God. Third one is I wish I had the courage to name or to express my feelings. That's the third regret. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. And our culture, Nigeria, is a culture that um, shuns emotions, like a culture that looks down on emotions and would not want to talk about emotions. And it happens in many traditional cultures, Asian cultures. Um, we just do not think that vulnerability is strength. We have this way of seeing vulnerability as weakness. So if a man cries, no, he's not a man. Don't cry, be a man. Da 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 da. But let me share with you that emotions, whether anger, whether joy, whether mad, sad, glad, fear, all the emotions that we experience in our bodies are energies. Those are energies that radiate, this is how our body is responding to the energy from outside. You notice that you can be with a friend and they are telling you, yes, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine. Yeah, yes, I'm fine. Yes, you say, Oga, I'm not fine. What's going on? Because their whole body is telling you, the energy on their body, maybe their emotions are telling you that this guy is not okay. So there's affect. Affect is the subjective experience of emotions, and then there's the bodily experience of emotions. Those are energies, how our body responds, and you can see how our body speaks. So those energies are seeking liberation. They are seeking expression. They want to be freed. For those who are Catholics, think about when you go for confession, you have the energies around contrition, around regret, around remorse. You feel ashamed, you feel guilty, you feel like you have betrayed yourself and God. By the time you go into the confessional, you name those things. With the absolution, it evaporates. The absolution is not even what evaporates it. Because for those who also go honestly to confess their sins to somebody they have offended, they also feel that thing. It's called catharsis. Catharsis, the relief that comes from expression of emotions. So, what happens when we don't express these emotions? Those energies begin to get stored in our system. Those energies begin to get, like, you store the energy, the bad energy, the anger, the frustration. You store it, and what does it leave you with? Back pain. What does it leave you with? Less sleep. What does it leave you with? A very heavy heart. What does it leave you? It spirals down into a lot of sicknesses. So, did somebody call me? I think my phone was ringing. Um. So yeah. That is the reason why expressing your emotions is a way of liberating yourself from that bad energy. And once you express your emotions, you are like a a a basket that is swept, like you pour water inside basket. Those emotions, as they go through the basket, they clean the basket. You'll be like, why are you pouring water inside basket? Because even though the basket is not holding the water, the basket is cleaned by the process of the passage of water. So your emotions need to be expressed. Don't hold them. Learn how to express it. Doesn't mean that once you're angry, say, "Ah, I'm angry." No. Notice that. Oh my goodness, I'm very angry right now. I'm very angry. I feel anger. And then you ask yourself, what am I angry about? So learn how to, maybe in the next time we'll do a live, I will share a teaching on how to manage and express and process emotions. Very short teaching. Okay. The third, no, the fourth one is many people regret, and the regret was, I regret not keeping in touch with my friends. That's the fourth regret of the dying, not keeping in touch with my friends. And I mean, that's obvious because what's the most beautiful memories we have? We grow them, we form them, maybe when we were much younger. Those are our old time friends, old time buddies, people when we say we with them not die, We get so busy with adulting and then we continue to give ourselves excuse. Adulting is hard, adulting is real. That is true. However, to the extent that you can keep in touch with your friends, please do. Because when the chips are down, what you really care for is that connection, is that closeness, is that relationship. Um, the fourth one, the fifth one now will be I wish that I let myself be happier. I wish that I let myself be happier. I'm very guilty of this one. Like, it's not because I'm not happy, just to smile. I don't know how to smile. So when I was in seminary, at some point I had to go, like, I'll collect mirror. I'll be learning how to smile. Learn how to smile because it's another way of like getting your energies out. Some of us, our faces so rumpled. It's even worse if you are not fine. My goodness, it's even worse if you are not fine. Oh, so that is it about that. Um, I wish I let myself be happier. What's keeping you from being happy, and what can you do about it? You know, if it's a destination addiction, if you're just waiting to get married to be happy, you're deceiving yourself. Choose to be happy now. If you are waiting to get a car before you can be happy, you are wasting your time, you're deceiving yourself. That destination, you will get there and you still not be happy. So choose to be happy now. All right. Um, Life is a choice, and ultimately, we have the capacity to choose. And if you choose well, kudos, congrats, good for you. But if you don't choose well, it's up to you. So yeah, that was what I wanted to share with you all about today. So from now, you can call us. You can call. Let me go through. Joe, are there any comments you want me to attend to? Like that I missed? Ah, okay. I see what you're saying, Cindy. Cindy, Basbo is not that far from you. I swear. No, they had you. Martin, you don't they give bus. Anyway, man, there's a lot of comments here. Please share this live. I don't see a lot of shares. Huh? Share this live. Share it. Oh, share it. Well, let's get more people on here. Let's get more people on here. The goal is to share some of these things. The goal is that we benefit from each other. Mazimu Sonish. So you are still on Facebook. Tawadabi Imeleke Chupugozeleke Ijan Meka. Ijan Meka Nabo. Imeleke. Imaga. Idanoi. Chukweme. Oh my goodness. If you understood what I just said, raise your hand. This is the guy I'm talking to, childhood friend. Some of you know him now. Yeah, he organized our giveaway for seminarians. Um, Let me see if there are comments that I needed to respond to. By the way, thank you all for joining. Welcome. Drop your comments. Share this live. Share this video. Invite people to follow us. We need to get more followers so that these messages we share. Should be this the things we share here. Are they not things that people should pay for? No, but we share it because these are insights that we think everybody needs to get to know about, and we'll continue to share them. Death is a difficult conversation. That's why we know that it's not easy, and that's why we share it here. So go ahead and call us if you want to ask a question, or if you want to make a comment, if you want to speak with me, talk with Son of Big God. Yes, so Chiamaka, thank you. Please, you people should invite more people to get to know what we're doing here. Invite more people. I'm tired of explaining. In fact, I was going through my history and I've done like 4 videos clarifying what I do. I'm not here to attack anybody. After this life now, I'm going to church to play bass guitar. Eh? I'm going to church. If I'm not playing guitar, I'm singing. If I'm not singing, I'm teaching, I'm conducting. If I'm not conducting, I'm serving. If I'm not serving, I'm sharing communion. So what is the thing that I will be, why will I be attacking my church? We are making awareness so that you know better. Some of you do not know that you are the church. You don't know that. And you need to know that. And you need to also be aware of your role, your your role in shaping the image of the church as it should be. Um, Anybody want to call us? Let me drop my phone number again. WhatsApp. Call us on WhatsApp, okay? 151 081 Okay. So that's our WhatsApp number. You can call us. Look at this one. What did he say? What is mock? Huh? Oh, I'm not a no, no, no. I'm a Catholic. You know, if you've been in a seminary for a long time, you just love the church. You just and I don't have any reason to be angry with the church. So because I have a lot of I can sing not very well though, but I know software notation. I know software notation, so I can teach people to sing choir choir songs. I can do some musical instrumental support, and I mean, so those are things that I learned from the seminary, and why not continue to use it to serve? So I'm not a priest. Okay, monk, akoko, me with the IU. Maybe you go follow the get that. Okay. Call us on WhatsApp. Ask your question before we leave. How many? Okay, we're doing well with time today. We're doing well with time. Any calls? I think King Chef said he has a question. Let me call him back. Mm. So, did I miss any question here? Joe, is there any question I missed? Uh, so this question is very important. Yes, where the I see death as a necessary. Joe is okay. What's that one? I see death as a necessary end. Let's be realistic for once. I believe that we all must die one day and not the same way. It's just normal for we to question God when someone dies, but this is something we should be expecting anytime. It's a very powerful comment. Actually, one of us here in the US traveled to Nigeria and they didn't come back. This one is something that's happening this January. He didn't come back. He traveled to Nigeria to see his family, to see his wife, see his newborn baby. He did not come back. He is dead. May his soul rest in peace. So we've gathered yesterday, Saturday, there was a gathering too to honor him. Last Sunday, there was a gathering to honor him. And all of us are in a kind of a shock because he is not the age we're expecting anybody to die. Young man or middle aged. So when death happens, people just get very sensitive. There is a panic, there is a concern, and people get reflective and sober. People will be sharing deep reflections. But after that death, everybody goes back to their square root. So it is good if you have a posture, a continuous reminder that this is reality. And I have to choose today who I want to be. Okay, let me see. I have a call. Let's take this call, okay? Hello. Yeah. No, is this King Cheerful? Yeah, this is King Cheerful. My phone was a bit far away from me when you called. Okay, I wanted to make sure you still have you still have chance to ask your question. Yes, I still have my chance. I still have chance to ask questions. All right, go ahead. Okay, my question goes like this.
I wanted to know why you focus more on the church activities, things that happen in the church. I wanted to know the reason why you focus more on church activities. Because I think I've gone through most of your posts. Though what you're doing is very, very educative and I've learned a lot from it. So I've been pondering on it why it's mostly on church activities, public place. Yes. So that is actually my question.
Yeah. I wish I knew we were going to ask this question so I can pull up some posts. But I wouldn't say it's simple, but I will share exactly why I focus on things about church and specifically Catholic Church in Nigeria. So we're not even ashamed of that. I can name that publicly. Why I do what I do around clericalism, accountability, transparency, and evaluation. Actually, maybe this is the time to share this. Um, there is some. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll share this, but let me get through this first. Um, so you notice that a lot of Nigerians travel out of the country, right? Those who are in the medical field, they go out, they get professional, like higher education, they get more, they become like leaders in the field, and they remain outside. Some of them come back, like there have been some doctors that come back to Nigeria, open hospitals where they are helping people. Very good. But a lot of times when Nigerians travel out, get all these insights, nice education, impact, when they come back to Nigeria, if they come back, there is no return to the society of what they have gained. But even when there's return, if people will not accept it, nah, like this, we they do it before now, so we they do it here. This is Niger. So that is one. The another reason why I do what I do is that I've looked at our country, Nigeria. Please turn off the volume of your. Like, I don't know if you are watching on the same phone because it's kind of messing up the audio. So I will answer this question quickly. I want to know, make sure that I have time for other questions. So if you look through my posts, I have many posts where look for a post called True Fighting. Actually, I should let me see if I can look it up. True Fighting. That's where I explained like why I do what I do. True Fighting, and even this last post that I just made about religious but morally spineless. My most recent post. Let me see if I can get this True Fighting, or God help me post True Fighting. I've written so many things that it's hard for me to even find my own post on my own page. Wahala. So, I mean, I'm the one that wrote it, so I can share with you what it is if I cannot find it. Oh God, oh. It was so the reason why I do this around religious lens or religious or church related is that I've looked at Nigeria. There are three things that move us in Nigeria. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm sure it is, sir.
The first one is sports like football. When Nigeria, three things that unite us, like if Nigeria is playing World Cup or AFCON, African Cup of Nations, all of us become very patriotic Nigerians. We become very much in love with Nigeria. Like you will be in the all those business centers where they are watching match. Nobody cares the church you are going again. Nobody cares whether you are outside Igbo, Yoruba. We will just gather together in love, massive support for the country. That is one place. The other place where we have deep love is religion. However, that religion has not been used as a tool that unites us. Religion has become a tool that divides us. And then the third place where there's a lot of energy is on trends. What is trending? When people wake up and check their phone, they're not looking for something to learn. Mostly, they're looking for what did they go on now. What did they play now? Who they on topic now? So there is football, there is religion, and there is trend. When we go to football, our footballers are not the people we look out for or we look up to get any moral teaching or to get any information or to be, to be informed morally. That is not their goal. That is not their scope. It's not their field. So when we go to trend, what is the most things that are trending? Bad news, joke, nyash, comedy. So those are not places for moral upliftment. Those are not places to build any character. So the only place where you can actually build something moral is in religion. Unfortunately, religion has become a tool that divides us, like with a lot of intensity, with a lot of energy, with a lot of, like, we are volatilely religious. We are so religious in Nigeria, but like my last post showed, that religiosity is not actually deep, it's not actually Christianity, it's not actually character, it's not actually morality, it's not actually even any assent or connection with the divine or with the neighbor. You know how there's this upward and um, horizontal. So is not a deep connection with the divine. Is neither, and is not even true love, because all we do is that we now use religion as a tool of division. Once you are a Catholic, I don't care that your name is King, whether your full name is King Cheerful. It doesn't matter if I know your character. It doesn't matter if you're a Yahoo boy. Just as long as we are Catholic, two of us can combine and start fighting Abel Damina, or we can combine and start hitting somebody hard. So, hello, who's this?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please stay on hold for a minute. Let me finish up this question. Don't drop the call, okay? Okay. Oh God, a lot of calls are coming in. Just stay on hold. Let me finish. So this to round up your question, King Cheerful, is, so religion is the only place where we can form character, where we can form like love that will genuinely inform our life in the society. Unfortunately, that religion is not being used as a tool for love, as a tool for unity, but a tool of division. So why I do what I do is that I've looked at all the religions in Nigeria. There is none, I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. There is none that has a structure for accountability. There is none that has a structure for checkmating excesses apart from the Catholic Church. Apart from the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church has it only in principle, not in practice. It is in principle, like it's not largely seen in practice. I was asking a Catholic priest recently, a Nigerian Catholic priest, if a bishop is maltreating his priest, what should the priest do, or who should the priest talk to for, for maybe reconciliation or for justice? You know what the priest told me? That priest should go and talk to God. But the truth is that in the structure of the Catholic Church, there is opportunity for him to present his grievances, but that is the principle. What is the lived reality is that even an ordained priest is telling me that priest should go and talk to God. So it shows you that while it is there in principle, it is not so real in practice. And that's why I do what I do, because I know that if we get it right in in reality, if we in the Catholic Church get it right of how to be servant leaders, leaders who serve, leaders who are accountable, we can now share that as a model and gift it to the larger nation. If we have accountability, it becomes something we can present as a gift, even unconsciously, when people see that, oh, it is possible in Nigeria for somebody to do bad and be held accountable. Others will begin to imitate it, because we are being imitated a lot as Catholics in Nigeria. Imagine why a group of people will dress up like Catholic bishops and approve a Muslim to a Muslim president. It's because of the moral authorities, because of the political authorities, because of the like the social authority of the Catholic Church, even on those who are not Catholics. So all of that is to say that we are in a place to gift our country with something that will be meaningful. And I don't say when I talk about other people, I mean, if Adeboye does something bad, who are you going to report him to? That's my question. If Chris Oyakhilome does something bad, who are you going to take him up to? But if my bishop does something bad, I know where to take him to. If a priest in my parish does something, I know where to take him to, and they know that we know, but maybe you guys don't know. All right, so that's the reason why I do what I do on church basis and specifically on the Catholic Church. Hi, who's this? What's your name and where you calling from? I don't become radio.
All right. Good evening, sir. My name is Paulinus. It's actually Paulinus Ome, calling from Nigeria.
I know you were where you were the right like Chimamanda.
Okay, so actually my network is very, very, very bad to be stable on the live stream. So I decided to just do a quick one.
Yeah, okay.
My concern now is I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to thank people due to the network glitches. I just decided to call and say it on live.
Okay.
So this is it. My major problem with the clergy these days is that I don't know if they actually go through temperamental check before they are actually anointed or probably ordained. I see these days someone can actually go to school and get a degree on theology, and then after a series of protocols, the person becomes a priest. They don't actually scrutinize the person's temperament, background, way of life, and then antecedents. So I think is there. I don't know. I've never been in seminar before. Is there anything like let's say behavioral temperamental check on the side of the people in the convent before they actually meet priests? Because some of them when they act, I begin to ask question the
Go ahead. Sorry, continue.
So that's actually I wanted to confirm if there's because I was arguing with somebody recently and I needed that to back up what I was saying. Is there actually anything that like temperamental check antecedents before someone is actually allowed to go into the convent to even become a seminarian or even become a priest?
Yeah. The answer is yes. Okay. The answer is yes. However, that's become more of a routine than I mean some seminaries do it very well. Like the seminary where I went to, Schoenstatt Fathers, they do it very well. They invite a psychologist for 1 week. He will be with all the students in a particular class, assessing them. And it was my own, we call it psychological test or psychological evaluation. It was my own psychological evaluation that helped me know myself more and better. But listen to this. Before that psychological evaluation, most seminarians are busy getting advice from other seminarians how to answer the questions so that they don't catch them, So it becomes it's people. Some people don't approach it with openness because again, we want to be praised at all costs. They hear me? Good. So good, yeah. So in principle, yes, it is done, at least for the seminaries I know. However, there is a lifestyle in the seminary that is informing a chaotic and power drunk mentality. It's that thing you call like temperamental check is the need for it is because from the first day somebody enters seminary till they leave, what they keep hearing is the church is hierarchical. Um, you cannot talk when I'm talking. So there is something in the seminary called senioribus junioribus. Senioribus junioribus is from Latin senior rebus and then junior rebus. It's just a way of saying how a trend in the seminary where people are not allowed to be themselves. People cannot really have conversations with their seniors or even ask their seniors question. It's a very it's a cycle. You see somebody that enters JS1 before you sleep, they give you 20. No, when we were in JS1, we could think of like receiving 100 strokes of the cane before we sleep. When you lie down on your bed to sleep, you go from morning till when you are sleeping. 100, sometimes 120 strokes of the cane to a young boy of 12, 13, 14 years. I'm happy to hear that in my own junior seminary, they have stopped that. But what does that tell you? Even my own classmates, when they became the same, when they were in those same positions, they did it to the next people because it was done to me. I have to do it to the next people. Just think of like senior prefect and functionaries in a secondary school. Because we suffer, others will suffer too. So it's a cycle that breeds authoritarianism. It's a cycle that breeds lack of no humility. But that's not to say that there are no people and no priests that are deeply humble. There are, but to a large extent, this cycle does not help checking temperament and our culture too. Our culture too. You think about a family where your father slaps you and you will not say sorry. The best he will do, he will take you to the market and buy you clothes. Or when he's coming back the next day, he will buy you snacks. You know, um, so our culture also has an impact on that. And when these same people come to the parishes and begin to exhibit unchecked and temperamental lives, I'll call it temperamental outburst, what happens is that we think that it's a touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Like we think we are blessed because somebody chose to slap us. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in principle it's there, but the lived experience of seminarians in seminaries to a large extent informs that attitude of um, not being very human. Right. That's a very high, that's a very heavy way to say it. No, I want to take that back, even though I said it on live station. But there are a lot of people that are very cool, very good guys, very cool headed, very loving, very compassionate. But there are a couple who pick up on those energies of authoritarianism, those energies of like high handedness, and then they go about living their lives like that, and they become a trouble, time bomb anywhere they are. So I hope that my struggle to make this balance is clear.
Yes, 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 sir.
All right.
So I just wanted to know if there is anything like that, so that I'll use it and support my argument next time.
Yes, 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 yes. Good. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. I think someone has called. Let me drop this call and see if someone has called. Thank you, Paulinus. Who was that? Did I take this call already? Um, does anyone have? Oh, oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Um, does anyone have any more questions before I do an announcement of the people that won our? What is this now? You send me all these people. Why? No. Okay. This person is not picking. I think I'll just end it. So, does anyone have more questions? Oh, Tongo, you want to contribute? My brother, I've been seeing your comment. So, what can we do? One thing you must understand is that when you leave the seminary, you have become automatical. Uh, you have become What's that? Automatically the enemy of the church, either by an act of omission or commission or communication. Your appearance becomes scary or confrontational. What else can an ex do? Now, I mean, anybody can choose to feel how they feel about our presence in the world and our participation in our church. Unfortunately, it's not their church. They don't have any more rights in the church than we do in terms of membership. They may have roles to play in terms of servant leaders. And if they don't serve well, we can hold them to account. If they serve well, we can shout out to them as we do on this platform. So that's okay. I mean, but that speaks to what we present and how we present as a church, because it makes one to think about a cult. When people leave a cult, that's how the fellow cult members see them, like threats or try to kill them because you have their secrets and all that. We're not a cult, guys. We're not a cult. Priestly people. See me that say I know how to sing. Priestly people, kingly people, holy people, God's chosen people. I know I will sing anything, leave me. So we are priestly people, we are kingly people, we are chosen, not the priests. We are all priestly people. They are, we are. So the church is a church of God's people. We know they beef anybody. Make everybody do all right. Do your own, may we do our own. Actually, we should all collaborate in the mission of the gospel. I've interviewed two priests here who came and shared more insights even about what I'm doing. So we should all collaborate, and to that effect, any priest that wants to come and share anything, maybe even correct us. Oh God, leave me now. Oh God, leave me now. Hey. So this one is because it's just that cyclic evil. Look at that comment. It's the cyclic evil. The fact that they flog me like a thief. I flog other people like a thief. You know, people who live in hard, like there's this thing I sent to my uncle. Let me see if I can find it. So children live out what they experience. Children live out what they experience. Let me see if I can share this with you all. So, if a child lives in criticism, he learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, he learns to feel guilty. If a child lives with tolerance, he learns to be patient. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns confidence, and so on and so forth. So most of the things they call formation for the time when we were there. Wow, who's this? You mean we should ask any question from any angle because I'm just coming? I don't know whether you have a specific topic. Ah, you can ask. If so, one beautiful thing about me is if I don't know, I tell you I don't know. It's so fun. It's so free. Yes, please. Go see G Zungak. Please ask any question. If I know it, I share. If I know a percentage of it, I share. If I don't know, I'll tell you that I don't know. And if you know, you teach us. By the way, the topic today is top five regrets of the dying, top five regrets of the dying. And we've been talking about those, just inviting ourselves to reflect on the power of our choices here and now. The first of the top five regrets of the dying is I wish I had lived a life true to myself and not the life that others expected of me. And in what I've shared, I've shown that the other four actually subsets of this first one. So it all boils down to the choices that I make. It all boils down to whether or not I honor myself, I honor my dreams, I honor my visions, I choose myself, I speak for myself, I pursue my dreams, or I don't because of fear of what people will say. So, Gosiah G. Zumgak, you're dressed like you have Roman collar. You're a priest. Feel free. Ask us questions. And my WhatsApp is also here. You can call directly if you want. If you have something to add to the topic to teach us, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see if I can pull up my WhatsApp number again. Here you go. Um so I told my admin to bring the names of the people that I'm going to give 10K for our last little challenge, and they wrote a long list. Who tell you say I get that kind of money? Coming down. I'm not going to announce it today. I'll write a post about that. It's too long. Uh, you won't kill me. No be this thing that we are working so hard to get. The money no day, oh. The money no day. The money no day. Oh, yeah. How do you feel after leaving the seminary? What is your advice to an aspiring candidate? Wow, I've written a post on that. My question is, the Bible says saints live on earth, but we Catholics believe saints live in heaven until you die. Please clarify me. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. So what do you mean by saints? Is it the saint that was canonized by the Pope, through the due process that we have? What are your qualities? What are the criteria for a saint? I live as an aspirational saint. I aspire to be holy. I aspire to be saintly. So I try to live like that. I don't always do that so well. And I imagine that there are a lot of people who also live like that. They're not typically saints because part of the requirements for the Catholic Church is that you have to be dead. And they do a lot of other processes. So yeah, I would say I don't know until I get more clarity from your question. But I think you know this too. But let's share. What do you think? What do you think? So yeah, when I know what the qualities are, um, the Catholic Church is very clear that you have to be dead. You can't be a saint. We can't call you a saint because you have to go through all the processes to make sure that you meet the things we consider as the criteria to become a saint. But I don't know that somebody who is not a Catholic will use those same yardsticks. So yeah, it's interesting. What do you think, Gosaya? What do you I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name well. Please forgive me. I don't intend to mess up your name. What do you think? What are your own yardsticks? The Bible says saints live on earth, and we can believe it. We can believe it. The church has a structure. The church is an institution that wants to checkmate excesses. So in her wisdom, she has those structures so that we can keep a list. Otherwise, by now, the book of the list of saints, we cannot even find it. We will not be able to find the first one because would have written like millions of volumes. So, but to keep those, and this points to the importance of history and storytelling for us Africans. There are a lot of people that could have been saints in Africa. I mean, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, we celebrated Saint Bakita. So there are a lot of people that could be saints or could have been saints, but where's the history? Where's the documentation of their story? Even when you go and ask their cooks will be the one to say that man. That man is not no leave him more. You people should just not spoil that list of saints. Anyway, so thank you for your question. Please, chime in, call us if you want, if you have more to add to what I said. Like I said, I don't know, but I can share the little insight I have. 971. Let me put my number again. So if you want to call us, please call, and then Call on WhatsApp, by the way. Yeah, here's my number. Call on WhatsApp. Ngo, your question is really important. So it says, how do you feel after leaving the seminary? What is your advice to an aspiring candidate? Um, oh my goodness, it was hard, but right now, right now it's sweet. I feel happy, but it was hard to leave in my own living. I've never actually told the deep story. I have a whole back notebook that I filled it up when I was journaling my journey out of the seminary. So maybe sometime in the future I'll produce a book from my experience. You know, it was powerful, the deep story. So then it was very hard, but I'm very grateful that I had a lot of support. A lot of support. I've also written something about my journey out. I think you started following us recently, Ngo. You can look for a post titled Call to be Faithful, Not Successful. That has a tip of my story. Basically, it was hard. I cried the night before I left the seminary. Ooh, Jesus. Oh, goodness. The night before I left the seminary, I resigned. But it was still hard because I was going, but the plans were not clear yet. I didn't know how I'm going to make it, but I knew what I was. I knew I had to step out. I knew I had to leave now, but I didn't know how I was going to leave. I like what I was going to do next and all that. I know I was going to direct from the seminary to NYSC. At least that one I had figured out. So I went straight from seminary when I resigned to NYSC. But other than that, yeah, it was a very unclear path for me. It was hard. I cried. My parents did not know that I resigned or that I left the seminary until I got admission to the US. So I don't advise people to do that. Follow what you know would work because my parents had BP and my story is so complicated. I had gone to junior seminary. We were using phones. They said we should not use phone. After our senior WAEC, we went home, brought our phones, doing big boys, da da da, you know. So when they now caught one person who was using phone, they made him write the names of all the other people who he knew had their phones. He wrote our names, and all of us were told you cannot continue in my diocese, in Soka diocese. You can verify this. My set is 2011. So I was not approved to continue in my diocese. I went out, opened the extramural lesson center where I was teaching, preparing people for JAM, preparing people for WAEC, and also preparing my own JAM. Eventually, I started teaching in a secondary school. Like, it's a long story, my brother, but it was hard. Okay, it was hard because after that first time when I was withdrawn, expelled, my family were shocked, and it was really hard on them. So for me to come back and tell them I still want to be a priest, it was like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" But I deeply wanted to. So long story short, they allowed me, I went. Now I decided to resign on my own again when they started accepting it. I finished my philosophy. I'm wearing sultan in my village. So I couldn't come back to tell them that, hey, I'm not doing it again. Yes. So I had to make sure I hide it until I get something to present it with, more or less. Um, oh my goodness. If baptism is the cleansing of sin, what is the meaning of I think I see this guy. I see you as you want to ask me hard theological questions so that I goof or flop. Now no concern me. What is the context of Jesus's baptism and what was the reason for the baptism? Quickly, there is a reason that he gave to fulfill all righteousness. How could God, who had no sin, be cleansed? And what does that mean? How do we understand cleansing at that time? What is the role of commissioning in Jesus' baptism? What is the role of fulfilling all righteousness? So let's think about that quickly. If you have better answers, go ahead and share it with us. Okay, this is not a place for all the answers. We don't have it. We don't believe anybody has it. But I've studied these things, by the way, and we can talk about it. If you want to come on live, yeah, you can come on. We can talk about these things. All right. But um I would like to ask you, this page, we have a niche. Our niche is clericalism, accountability, transparency, evaluation. Do you have a question around that? Do you have a question around that? You want to give me a new role, like a theological uh, an exegete, whatever role you give me is your job. I mean, is your choice. I can answer questions that I have answers to. You know, um, I don't have all the answers, but I would prefer that you ask me questions around my niche. But if we choose to have other conversations, we can have conversations. That's fine. And then if you have more insights, drop them in the comments. By the way, you are really welcome. No, they don't mind. No mind anybody. Would you like to be a priest if you ordain me? Oh, oh, stretch out your hand. Oh my goodness. If it is what I want, I'll tell you. Okay. Mm, don't let my babe hear that thing. Anyway, this one says he was born as a human, so he don't take human form. So now human Jesus and he needs baptism. Okay. Okay. Um do we have any more questions? I was supposed to announce the people that won for for this challenge. Not challenge, like when I asked people to answer the question about me being angry. Yeah, a couple people came, dropped their comments. It was, it be like say our people were, and I think we know they too serious with the like. When I spend time writing a very long post, the people will just read and go. But when I make a very short thing that is maybe funny, it was interesting. Um, yeah, this one. Imagine 123 comments. Wow. Just said, what am I hearing? How do I explain that I'm not an angry exit? Let me share it. It was surprising to find all those comments. But I appreciate them all. Wow, I do appreciate them. Appreciate even people who they didn't have a take on the issue. They just said commenting for reach. So that's something I really appreciate. So this post here says, "What am I hearing? How do I explain that I'm not an angry ex-seminarian?" Blah blah blah. So all those who commented there, I'm trying to. I mean, I made a promise there. Best answer gets free registration for our 1 million challenge plus 10K. Best answer, not best answers. Don't know why my admin sent me more than 10 names. What do you want me to do now? Best answer, you are giving me 10 names. 10 names for 100,000 naira. Chineke nna. So, do we have any other um, question? This one is be a priest. Care. We are preparing our Ashebi for wedding. Steffi. Steffi, we know what's up. Guys, I'm not a serious human being, I swear. Hey, goodness. But that's just the fun of choosing to be happy. I cannot call you and form serious, touche, professional, talk, talk, talk with the microphone. It's not my own. It's not my own. It's not my own. My own is different. Everybody has different. Man, what is the time? I need to get prepared for church. All of us have different roles. Our life is different. Our preferences are different. So yeah, um, here house where no one drink water, you dey push am make it enter river. Goodness. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. Maybe I'll end up as a monk because this church they sweet me die. I'm not gonna lie you. And the guess. No, I'm sorry. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. No, sorry. Gozaya, please ask questions. Like I shared with you. But I also know that at gunpoint you have some things to share about those questions. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have the answers, but you have your own opinions, you have your own ideas. So that's what I mean by do you have any ideas? So I hope you don't experience my comment or my response as defensive or even if you did, please, I'm sorry. That's not what I mean. I meant that I wanted to get us into a conversation, like into a dialogue. Because I mean, look at your profile picture. You look like you know these things. And that too might be my assumption. So um like I said, we can go deeper into it to think more about it. I just shared something coming off the top of my head. We can do more research, but what I know is that in terms of Jesus's baptism, um, Jesus was not, or is not, does not have sin. Is not sinful. He has no sin, so there's no need for cleansing of what is pure. But there's something in the context that explains, I mean, gives us a pointer to the reason for that time to fulfill all righteousness. That Jesus was not coming to destroy the law, but he was coming to even uh, lift the law up, to purify the law, to honor the law, not to destroy it. And if you need to honor the law, then you start from the beginning to honor the law from the beginning. So that's what I think. There's something about fulfilling our righteousness there. Don't get me wrong. Please ask your questions. If you don't have the answer, I will tell you. Okay. Ask your questions. I do appreciate you. So this one saying that money I go pick for you on your wedding day. Please don't give me. Yeah, may all of us they alive. May all of us they alive. This life goes sweet. This life goes sweet. Omo, the reason I'm but who I go marry one? Who I go marry leave the others? No, permanent dickens they get married. Who I want marry now and leave the others? If I marry this one now, what I go do? Make I find another one. But bless this one don't marry, carry picking. If I marry this one now, what I go do this one? See this bless this one too don't marry self. All these people they follow me, I know they understand them. They know they tell me their relationship status. So that it can make choosing easier. What about this one? See find people where they my post, my page. Yeah. So it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. If I say we don't finish for today, I have an update about this challenge we're going to do. For those who are here, I'll just say it that that thing is bigger than me. That challenge is a lot. Is a lot that we're trying to get into because we want to create a forum for a conversation that has never happened. I'll make a video about this, but those who are already here can hear me. You know, when we were in primary school, you write tests on Fridays and the teacher will mark it. After marking it, he will give us back our sheets and then we'll see that, oh, she marked this one good, she marked that one bad, you got 9 over 10 or 10 over 10 or 5 over 10. And then after you see what you got, the teacher sometimes will invite somebody to correct each answer, like to write the correction on the board so that those who did not get it will get it. That is evaluation. That's evaluation. Evaluation is a very positive feedback for growth. Anybody who is not able to receive feedback runs the risk of just being redundant. Anybody who has no opportunity for feedback is at the risk of redundancy, is at the risk of zero growth, is at the risk of living in past glory, is at the risk of not ever improving. So, um, you people, if you allow me to speak English now, you people, wait, now let me finish what I'm doing. This English, why they speak when they sweet me like this. Anyway, so that analogy I gave about tests and evaluation in primary school is what continues to follow us. You go to secondary school, you write exams. You go to JAM, before you write JAM, you are reading past questions so that you read how other people have been evaluated and you prepare yourself knowing how you'll be evaluated. And after your exam, you'll be evaluated and you will know if you passed or you failed. So, our church is a church that is not just hierarchical, but synodal and collegial. Collegiality means bishops working together to propagate the mission of the gospel. Synodality means that lay people work hand in hand with clergy to do the work of uh, evangelization. So, well, unfortunately, in Nigeria, we have always had that mindset that the church is hierarchical. So if you are high up here, the people low here cannot talk to you, cannot breathe when you are around. Whatever you say is thanks be to God. The Lord has spoken. So what is the risk that we have? We are at a risk as a church of running on redundancy. We are at a risk of not extinction, because the church was founded on Christ, on Peter, who is the rock. We are at the risk of living on past glory. We are at the risk of having no growth. Like, all we do is just reproduce, churn out the same things over and over. So if you are in a place where you cannot be evaluated, people cannot give you feedback, they cannot tell you what you are doing well and what you are not doing well, you are at the risk of just, like, there's no growth that can come out there. But don't you care that you're perishing? That's the question. Don't you care that you're perishing? Don't you want to know where you're doing well? Are you not going to be affirmed to keep doing better? Do you think you can be the judge of your own case? Do you think you can be the judge of yourself? Like, that's the question. That's the reason why we do this. And the challenge that I'm going to be doing, 1 million naira for the best, for the first, I'm going to be asking all my friends. I go enter on a DM. But if you see me in your DM, just know that I've come for money. I want to raise more money so that 2 to 3 people will get at least, the first person must get 1 million. That one is for me. It's for my Lenten fast. But the second person, even if it's 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, third person, like, we want to empower people to give feedback to our church leaders and to ourselves, because we are all members of this church. So that challenge that we are preparing for Lent is going to be a challenge where people can turn on their camera and do something like love letter to my church. What is going well and what is not going well. In that love letter, they will just say 2 things that they love about their church, 2 things that they really enjoy from any member of the church. And by member of the church in the Catholic Church, we mean from the person baptized today to the Pope. We're all members of the church. Unless in your own church the leader is not a member, especially if the leader is a founder. Sorry, we are not talking about your own, but you can still participate too. You can still participate, no problem. But if everybody in your church is not a member, some people are owners. So we have a difference there. So we're talking about a place where everybody is a member. So, I mean, I'm leaving it open for even non-Catholics to participate, but my preference is for Catholics because these are people who we have a structure to receive this feedback, even though we have not been doing it. So, two things that you enjoy, you like, you love about your church. Two things that you do not enjoy, you don't like, you don't love, makes you sad. Could be something that your fellow choir member, fellow your leader of church warden, or any member of the church is doing. And by any member of the church, we mean everybody from the baptized today to the clergy and all of that. And another two things that you yourself will do differently to invite change in our church. So first is the whole thing is about feedback, is evaluation. Two things you love, two things you don't love, two things you will do, your own correction, and two things you suggest for others, other members. By other members, we mean both your choir leader, your CMO leader, your CWO leader, and your priest and your bishop and your pope. So it includes it's that evaluation. We see everybody as a member. So we do it, and then the best video we will get 1 million naira. The second, the follow up, the second runner up, we get the first runner up, which is the second, we get. We don't know how much the first runner up and second runner up. That's the second and third position we get. We don't know for now. I'm still going to go out and beg money to raise money for that one. The one I'm doing with my own money is 1 million. So if we get more money, we can even do more than 1 million. But I want to start from what I can do from my Lenten fast. By the way, I see my Oga here. Hey, you can join. What do you mean? Let me send you a link. I thought you want to come and join me on Oga. Wait. You that is borrowing me money for my rent. I thought you want to come and join me on live session. Chinedu, I'm coming to your DM. My boss, I'm coming to your DM. I need donations. We need donations. We need volunteers to give us advice, to give us suggestion of how to make this work. Everybody can actually join. Like as long as you're following this platform, you are eligible to participate. You can join. You can be part of it. This has never happened since I was born. That there is a public, massive evaluation of ourselves as church. And evaluation is not pointing out what is not good. Evaluation is pointing out what is not good, what is good, and what can be done better. Let's do this, brothers and sisters. Let's give our church feedback. And you are the church. Give yourself that feedback and give other members of the church. Notice our choice of language. Members. We are not saying your leaders. We are saying other members of your church. We are all members that serve the church differently. If you have read the letters of Pope Francis that I posted in one of my page, my posts, it is inviting Catholics, lay faithful, to participate in the growing change of the image of the church. You have a role to play. You are the one that can give your fellow members of the church, no matter where they are serving and how they are serving, you are the one to give them this feedback. Maybe they will receive it. Maybe they will not receive it. But by the time you do it, you would have played your own role to the betterment of our church. So let's do this, guys. I say Mr. Chinedu cannot join. Yes, he cannot join. No, but no, that guy has too much insight. If he join now, all of you that are his followers will just like his own and he will win. But Chinedu, no, I'm not joking. If you want to join, you can join. It's not my business. I'm not going to even. The evaluation is simple. The evaluation is simple. The video that makes the highest impact will be the winner. So we want to make impact. We want to create awareness. We want this to go far for us to appreciate that we love our church. So I'm changing the title from Lent Challenge to Love Letter. to my church. What's going well, what's not going well. That's the new title. I'm changing it. We are here to publish the flyer for it. So that's why it's good that I can see change it. It's love letter to my church. That's the challenge now. Hashtag love letter to my church. Please help me, guys. Put it on the comment section. Hashtag love letter to my church. Hashtag love letter to my church. Let's make this go viral. Make it go viral. Hashtag love letter to my church. In that love letter, we will share what is going well, what is not going well, what we can do better, both as an individual and as a group. Okay? I'm so excited to think about this. I'm so excited. It's busting my brain. Let's do this. Evaluate, because without evaluation, like I have said, we run the risk of redundancy. Redundancy is just you are there. You're not producing anything new. You're not relevant. You're not impacting. You are living on past glory, you know. But with evaluation that is taken into serious consideration, people get to hear what is happening, to hear how people who are being served are feeling about the service they are receiving. Every business does this. Every business does this. They do survey. How was our service to you today? You go to a shop. After that, they send you an email. How did we serve you? You call customer care. After that, they send you a quick survey. How was our service to you? So that we can serve you better. But our church, even if you offer the feedback, they will tell you, did we ask you? Guys, I'm tired. Guys, it be like we don't read 2 hours. So we'll post this. Please help me and share this. Help me and share this. Invite your friends to get ready. To get ready, to get ready, to get ready. We want to do this massively. To get ready. I've never done anything this massive before. So I'm excited and I need your support. I need your support. Ogachinedu, I need your support. All my friends, I need your support. Your ideas, your suggestions, help me and publicize this. Make it go viral. Make it go far. The reason is that our people listen to what is going viral. And as they are listening to it, our church is growing. Our church and our leaders and our members, everybody is hearing that, oh, it is possible for us to give feedback to our church. That is the reason for synod. The synod that just ended on the 24th of October out there about 2024. That synod, the final document was saying that the church is inviting each of us to work hand in hand from paragraph 91, is it 95 to paragraph 101. Is talking about accountability, transparency, and clericalism and evaluation. How we as a church should build and form structures of evaluation in different local churches. So, in the local church in Nigeria, where is the attention of people now? Social media. People have moved from the pews to the um, pressing pads. People have moved from the pews to the media. So if you want to get people's attention, create something positive about how people can offer this constructive, positive, negative, where there's negative, but people can offer this feedback for the growth of the church. Okay. Whew. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Christian. I'm tired, guys. I'm hitting almost 2 hours. You don't marry, eh? Stephanie. Stephanie, you don't. If you never marry, come with reason, yeah. Yeah, this is in order. There's something I wanted to share. I'm actually writing an article right now for a seminar in Nigeria that wanted me to write about accountability and synod. So let me share it with you all. Goodness, I'm tired. So this is from, I don't know if any of you knows this seminary, the ah, the Missionary Society of St. Paul. They wrote me asking that I write a the Synod on Synodality Issues, Resolutions, and Implications for the Catholic Church in Nigeria. So that's that's something I'm working on. I should have submitted it, but I wrote, guys. These people put me in trouble. These people put me in trouble. They told me to write on synod and synodality, the the impact or the way forward, how accountability, transparency is done in Nigeria, in the Catholic Church in Nigeria. He said I should write 1,000 words. My introduction alone was 2,000 words. I'm in trouble. My introduction and clarification of words is 2,000 words. So I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't write it in 1,000 words. I'm tired. Like, I compiled everything about accountability. I compiled it, and it's 86,000 words. We have not been joking on this page. That's a book already. I need to be paid for the work I'm doing for our church. No, no, they can't pay me. Oh. And they're not even paying me for this article they asked me to write. Should have asked for money. No, I'm joking. Well, how much will I collect? How much will they give me? Anyway, guys, I'm tired. I really love that you join me in this. This is our church. Let's make this go far. Invite your friends, beg people if it means begging them. If you are in a group, if you're in a WhatsApp group where you can come and talk to them, invite me to that WhatsApp group. Let me come and talk to them and explain to them the need for this. Invite me anywhere. Here, invite me, please. And share this for us to go far. So we can give this as a gift to our church. Gift of evaluation. Because until you can evaluate, you will remain where you are or you will not grow. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks to all those who asked questions. Please go ahead and share this, share it viral, share it far and wide. We have so much to do here, and we can only do it alone. I can't do this without you. I can't. I can't do this without you guys. I can't do this without you. So I need you. I need you followers. I need you friends. I need you supporters. I need your money too. By the way, we just received our first donation from Nigeria. Somebody promised us 10,000 naira. He said he wants to be anonymous. I'll still post it for everybody to know that we have received 10,000 naira from one of our followers in Nigeria. And we are hoping for more. People go to BB Nigeria and show their nyash and their breasts, and they receive millions. Let's see if we can empower people who will be able to share where they are and how they feel about our church. Feedback. Feedback is necessary for growth. Feedback. Please, thank you. Let's go ahead and share this, okay? I am so tired talking for 2 hours. Who told me I could do that? I didn't know. All right. At this point, I want to thank everybody that joined us on this live. It's been very impactful. If there's any mistake that we made, please feel free to correct us. If there's a suggestion you have for us, please feel free to let us know. If you want to volunteer with those who will coordinate this, please, I've already gotten one volunteer. Feel free to write me and indicate that you want to volunteer. You can write to this person here, Comfort Ekaite Jacob. You can write to her and tell her that you want to volunteer. You can write to Cindy Bertrand, my babe that went and got married, and tell her that you want to volunteer. Where is the other one? Lizzie. Where's Lizzie? You can't see Lizzie now. You can also write to Lizzie. So these 3 people, you can reach out to them and tell them that you want to volunteer. I have another prefect that is not here. Mm. Or you can write me directly, okay? You can write Cindy, you can write Comfort. Just tell them that you want to volunteer or that you want to donate some money to me or to this project. Let's give massive empowerment to people for doing feedback, honest feedback. Let's do that. It's not only those that go out and show their nyash that we empower in Nigeria. Yeah, Francis, you're welcome. I'm already leaving. Thank you for joining. Watch the video if you have time, okay? I bet you will not regret watching it. One last thing I want to say, I love the church. I love the Catholic Church. I love the Catholic priesthood. In fact, you guys don't even know. Where I work as a chaplain, somebody came to me and said, a distress call from a nurse. No, I cannot share things that happen in my work. I'm sorry. I would have shared it and I'll enter trouble. But I love the Catholic priesthood. There's a powerful story I would have shared with you all, but there are some professional obligations I have that I cannot share some of those things. So, especially when I've called out that is in my place of work. But yeah, I love the Catholic priesthood. I love the Catholic priests. I love the Catholic Church. Um, this is to the glory of God that we put all this energy into giving back to our church, being the first to publicly evaluate our church, give feedback to our church, evaluation that includes both the strengths and weaknesses and our hopes for future. Um, that's what we're going to be doing. We want to support those who do this. We also want to empower the winners with £1 million for the first place. And for now, I don't know how much the second and third place is going to be, but I depend on you. I am counting on you, your donations. If it is 1,000 naira, 500 naira, 2,000 naira, please send it to us. It will go a long way. I depend and trust that you encourage us and you support us on this mission to join our voices together to gift our church with the evaluation that we think she deserves to be aware of. All right, thank you all for joining. I'm going to be signing out now. I'm tired and hungry. I still have to go prepare for church. Peace out.